Okay, so welcome to part number 3 of Slither by Velvet Revolver. In today's lesson, the main focus of it is going to be learning that lead line in the beginning of the song before it goes into verses. Before we get on to that and before I play it, I just want to speak about the parts we went over up to now. So I want you to use those parts as a little bit of an ear training exercise because those parts do get recycled and reused for the verses and the chorus. So I would like you to have a little go at trying to find where those parts fit for the verse and chorus. And ultimately, the end goal, once you've learnt this and you can play it up to speed, is have a little go at playing along with the track as well. So before we get into that little lead line before the verses, let's just talk about the verses themselves as well. So the one part that we'll give you is the fact that our intro riff does get used for the verses and the songs, but it sounds a lot more chilled out. So what Slash does for that is he palm mutes the riff, and it just gives the vocals a lot more space in the song. If this was going, if that was doing that all the way through while they were singing, it would just be a little bit too much. So like I say, he palm mutes it, and we're going to be using palm muting for that little solo riff melody that he plays before it goes into the verses as well. So make sure you listen up for this palm muting. So when we are palm muting, whether it's power chords, 5 chords, both same thing, whatever, you're going to be using this part of your palm here. And you're just going to get your hand nice and close to the bridge of the guitar. It doesn't matter if you've got a Strat or a Les Paul or anything, just get close to the bridge. And just have a little go there. And just chugging along with me. So listen to the difference if I take my palm off. So when you palm mute, what you want to be doing is you still need to be able to hear the notes. If you mute too much, it just sounds like a click. So you're still hearing that D and that A note there, but we're just touching it slightly with our skin. So it just takes a little bit of the attack and sustain away from the note. So this is the best way to practice the palm muting. So you'll see that palms resting just in front of the bridge. Nice and light. So just practice doing that. Once you've got it, play the riff. Do it. And then when it does that slide from the 2 to the 3, he does lift the palm mute off, just to give it a little bit of effect, make it burst out just for a little bit. And then the riff just repeats on the D string after that, exact same fret numbers, only on the D string, and you'll be able to hear this in the song. So there's all the parts of the song. So have a little go at doing that along with the verse as well. It is a lot of fun, especially when you hear yourself locking in time with it. Okay, so now we've talked about how what we've already learned fits into the rest of the song. Let's learn our last part now. Okay, so the last part is that awesome little lead lick line that he plays before we jump into the verse, and it goes like this. Okay, so looks and sounds quite difficult, but let's break it down and just remember to be practicing this with a metronome nice and slowly. The speed will come, it just takes time of practice, and just repetition is so important. So just make sure you're doing this over and over again. Set a little timer, set a 5-minute timer, put a metronome on, just play it over and over again. Go away from it. Like I say, 5 minutes today will do this. After a week, you'll probably have this up to speed, or you'll have it pretty close. Okay, so first things first, really important that you're using the correct finger numbers for this. I can't stress that enough. If you don't use the right finger numbers, you're not going to be able to do it. So let's do the first little bit of this, which is going to be... Okay, so what I'm doing there is, I'm starting with my D string with my 3rd finger, And I'm just going to play the D string, 12th fret, 3rd finger. I'm going to move to my G string. I'm going to play fret number 10, then fret number 11 with my 1st and 2nd finger. So that's D string, 3rd finger, 12th fret, G string, 10th fret, 1st finger, G string, 11th fret, 2nd finger. And you're always going to be bouncing back to that 12th fret on the D string, which is a D note, which is the root note of the song. Remember, it is in D minor. So we've got next part. So for that next part, you're using the same finger numbers, start at the same note, that D note, the 12th fret of your D string there. And this time, instead of playing the G string, you're going to play D string, as I said, 12th fret. And then you're going to move to the B string, 9, 10. And make sure you always bring that palm back down after you've played each part, otherwise it'll sound really messy. I'll show you how it'll sound if you don't. You can hear those other notes bleeding in. So it's really important using that palm after you played each phrase to mute that and stop the other notes from ringing out and resonating with this. So, oh, that mistake there. See how I'll bring my palm back down. Now the movement of my palm coming back down is very small when I'm playing there, because I've got so used to just keep my palm there and just, you won't even notice me hardly moving there. You'll see my fingers move a bit. I'm actually lifting it up and bringing it back down there. Just like with our fingers moving, you want to keep everything really, really close. Okay? So what we've got up to now is D, then to G, and then our next phrase is D to the B string, 9, 10. We're then going to play that D string 12th fret again, always bouncing back to that. And what we're going to do is D string 12th fret 3rd finger, and then pinky on the 13th fret of your B. So 3 sections all together. Okay, so next part. Up to now, we've got. So all we're doing is repeat the 2nd section after that. And the 2nd section was D, 12th fret, then B, 9, 10. So putting that all together. So we need the end now. Okay, so here we are, the last section of this. And this is it. I just did a little bit of vibrato at the end there. All you do, just wiggle the finger like that. So, it's just a few notes. Again, finger numbers, really, really important for this. Back at your D note at the 12th fret of your D string. I'm going to play the D string, 12th fret, G string, and that's your 3rd finger, remember, G string, 12th fret with your pinky, and then back to the 12th fret of your D string, and then finishing at the 10th fret of your G. That's where it sounds. All together. And there it is. There's all the parts of Slither, apart from the solo. So yeah, just have a little go at getting your teeth into that and see how you get on with playing along with the track. And we will start a new song next week.